All right, well, hello again, fifth graders, as we're moving on here into lesson 2.4. We have a set of directions today, just one set that we need to look at. Evaluate the expression. This is taking the lesson 2.2 now to a whole new level. You'll remember that order of operations, that PEMDAS that we talked about. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And remember what we talked about. The P is for anything in parentheses. Parentheses are those things. E is for taking care of exponents. We're not going to talk too much about that because you're not going to have any exponents in your assignment today. But exponents are the idea of like something like 8 to the power of 2, where that 2 is considered an exponent. The M is for multiply. The D is for divide. But it is not just multiplication and then division. Multiplying and dividing, remember, are one step, and we stop and do that left to right. The A, as you should remember, is for addition. The S is for subtraction. But once again, it's not just adding and then subtracting. It's adding and subtracting left to right. So you want to remember that. So we want to remember PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. The P is for clearing parentheses. The E is for clearing exponents. M is for multiply. D and divide, that's one step. Multiply and divide, left to right. The A and S for adding and subtracting, that's one step. Add and subtract left to right. All right, so let's actually get to this. Let's go ahead and flip that around. Evaluate the expression. Well, remember the first step. That is to clear parentheses. We have a parentheses right here. That is 2 times 2. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and clear that out. All right, and that is a 4. Okay, then minus 3 times 1. Okay, the 3 times 1, that's in parentheses. And 3 times 1 is 3. Well, this, after I clear parentheses, I'm supposed to clear exponents. No exponents. Now I multiply and divide left to right. So I'm going to start over here, and I realize I have division. 20 divided by 4. Well, 20 divided by 4 is 5. So I'm going to kind of clear that and put a 5. That leaves me left with 5 minus 3. Well, 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. Our final answer is 2. Moving right along. The next one. 10 plus 8 divided by 1 plus 3 plus 5. Well, the order of operations, PEMDAS, tells me to clear parentheses first. Well, here's one set of parentheses. Inside there is 10 plus 8. Well, 10 plus 8 is 18. Here I have a set of parentheses. 1 plus 3 plus 5. Well, 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. So I clear this parentheses out, and it becomes 9. That leaves me with 18 divided by 9. Well, 18 divided by 9 equals 2. So once again, and that was not done purposely, but that's the way it worked out, our final answer is 2. All right, we're moving right along here, fifth graders. To the third example, we're going to have a total of 6 on the video. We have 7 plus 1 in parentheses times 2 plus 4 in parentheses. First rule tells us to clear parentheses. Well, here's 7 plus 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. Here's parentheses 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. So I go ahead and clear those parentheses. That leaves us with 8 times 6. Well, 8 times 6 equals 48. Our final answer for this example is 48. Moving right along. Now we're getting into brackets. And brackets basically have the same functionality, the same purpose as parentheses. But it's when we kind of have a brackets even outside of things with parentheses. So we kind of start in and work our way outward. So in this particular problem, we're going to start with these parentheses inside of the brackets. And my first one here is 15 minus 13. Well, 15 minus 13 is 2. So I'm going to go ahead and cross that off and replace that with a 2. Then I have this parentheses, which the parentheses says 8 times 3. Well, 8 times 3 is 24. That leaves me with 2 plus 24. Well, 2 plus 24 is 26. Inside the brackets is 26. And then it says that whole thing divided by 2. So it's 26 divided by 2. Well, you might need to do a little scratch work there. Maybe not, but if we remember our rules of long division, 2 can go into 2 one time. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. I bring down the 6. 2 can go into 6. 3 times, and I know there's none left over, so 2, because 2 times 3 is 6. And so that would leave me with 6 minus 6, and that ends up with 0. My final answer is 13. Moving right along. Kind of cross this off so we don't get confused with our next one. 80 divided by, then I have brackets, inside parentheses, 523 minus 503 divided by 2. So first I'm going to deal with the brackets, and I have parentheses inside those brackets, 523 minus 503. So I'm just going to rewrite the minus 503 going vertically. 3 minus 3 is 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. 5 minus 5 is 0, so I end up with 20. So this whole thing is equal to 20. But then I have 20 divided by 2. Well, 20 divided by 2, if I use the zeros trick, 2 divided by 2 is 1. I have no zeros to cross off here, but I have 1 here. That has to become part of my answer. I end up with 2. So the entire bracket is equal to 10. Well, now that leaves me with 80 divided by 10. So I'm going to come down here and do 80 divided by 10. Well, I should just be able to do my zeros trick again. Put an equal sign there. 8 divided by 1. Well, 8 divided by 1 is 8. And I cross off 1 0 here. I cross off 1 0 here from each side. There's none left. My final answer is 8. Sure enough, 80 divided by 10 equals 8. Last one. Now we go even farther. We have the brackets, then we have squiggly lines. Okay? And on the computer or in a textbook, they would look much neater, but that's about as good as it's going to get with Mr. Swack. But it's done the same way. We're going to work inside, we're going to do parentheses, then we're going to work our way out to the brackets, then we're going to work our way out to the squiggly lines. So we're going to start right here with the parentheses, 8 minus 4. Well, 8 minus 4 is 4. So we're going to cross that out, replace that with 4. Then I've got to deal inside the brackets. So I'm going to start with the order of operations, which tells me clear parentheses first, which I did. There's no exponent, so now it's multiply and divide left to right. Well, if I start here, because I got to go inside the brackets, it's 15 divided by 5. 15 divided by 5, I believe, equals 3. All right, so then to clear out the brackets, I have 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. So I'm going to go ahead and cross this off, and that whole thing is going to become 7. That now has eliminated these brackets. But I'm still going out here to the squiggly lines. And I still have 7 minus 2. You see the importance, fifth graders, of staying organized. Cross things out, know what you've done. The math problems themselves are not too difficult. It's a matter of making sure you're doing the right problem in the right order. So now to clear out these squiggly lines, I've got to do 7 minus 2. Well, that's not hard. 7 minus 2, we know that's 5. That's pretty basic. So now we clear out all the squiggly lines, and we've ended up with 5. That now leaves me, now I've got to address this 8 that was way out here from the beginning, and it leaves me with 8 times 5. Well, 8 times 5 equals 40. And as a fifth grader, we should know that in our multiplication tables. 8 times 5 equals 40. And there we go. All right, fifth grade, we're signing off. Have a good day. Bye.